Welcome to our HOA meeting.
Here's our advice. I'm Haley.
I'm Janina.
And I'm Julia. Step into our court, plead your case, and let's get these verdicts rolling.
Our first write-in this week starts off with, I don't know if I can continue staying friends with my childhood best friends. Hi, this is probably long because I have a tendency to ramble. I've been friends with two girls, Kate and Brianna, fake names, since childhood, though I've been a lot closer to Brianna and we were friends since we were infants. Our dads are best friends too. I don't exactly remember how Kate and I became friends. However, I'm really starting to doubt my friendship with them, especially Kate. Even though we're all friends, we really became a trio in 2020 during quarantine. When we would hang out at Brianna's house, Kate would sometimes act a bit strange, ? I noticed how she would always correct me, parentheses, don't get me wrong, I'm open to criticism, but don't take it personally, close parentheses. But with her, it just sort of felt like she was talking down on me. There was also another instance, which was a bit complicated, but I basically was also venting to the group about my parents arguing, parentheses, to know I'm autistic and have trouble with socializing. So, at the time, I didn't realize it was trauma dumping / inappropriate, but I'm now recognizing that I was wrong for that, parentheses. But shit hit the fan hard. Kate started telling me that I was lucky and started scolding me, for lack of a better words, and telling me about her family issues since her parents are divorced, and just other stuff. I was in the middle of crying, so I didn't exactly stand up for myself. I had just told her to stop, and she stopped talking to me. Wait. I told her to stop, and okay, sorry, let me redo that. I was in the middle of crying, so I didn't exactly stand up for myself. I told her to stop and to stop talking to me, but she continued anyway.
After that, I remember telling Brianna about it, but she was more middle ground, as per usual. Not long after that, Brianna told me that Kate was shit-talking me to another group chat. To sum up what she said, they were talking about having a sleepover, and another person said, we should invite blank there. Oh, we should invite my name there. Kate immediately went on to say I was sensitive and would start crying at their jokes, which isn't true. I can admit I cry easily, but I never was so sensitive to the point of breaking down at a playfully mean joke. Anyways, the rest was a blur. I confronted Kate and told her I didn't want to be her friend and said I was fed up with her shit. Before I blocked her, she was just like, wow, my dad was reading this and was surprised you swear. Some time passes and Kate is at Brianna's house while me and Brianna are on FaceTime. Oh god! I sent her an apology for not being her friend, and I guess that's how we became friends again. Fast forward to the present, I've noticed that Kate still talks down on me and treats me like I'm dumb sometimes, and it's been draining. Y'all know how there's that one person who's like, yeah, while looking around, and low-key looking at you with annoyance. That's how she usually is with me. But it's also been emotionally draining because when she's just constantly negative. What really pisses me off is how she was telling us that her friend was telling her that she was sad her boyfriend canceled their plans, and Kate was telling us how said friend was just toxic and unhealthy and the boyfriend should just leave. I find it super ironic when she's the type of friend to constantly shit-talk her boyfriend, who's also kind of an asshole too, yet gets mad when people tell her to leave him. Go ahead, Julia.
She was going on about how her friend just doesn't want to take advice and doesn't want to face facts when she does the same thing. And where's Brianna during all of this? Agreeing to every little thing she says. I'm not saying she can't have her own opinion, but Kate could kill someone, yet she would still be on her side. I also want to add that I enjoy being friends with Brianna, it's just that she prefers Kate, and if I stop being friends with Kate, then I know she's going to start distancing herself from me. The issues me and Brianna have is a whole other can of worms, but it's something we're actually willing to talk about, and it doesn't destroy our friendship. Meanwhile, I feel the friendship with Kate is just exhausting. I'm tired of being her therapist while she just treats me like I'm lesser than her. I can't stand talking to her. I can't stand how she belittles my art/art knowledge. Yet I know I'm just bad for staying friends with her knowing that I'm growing resentment. Hell, I'm tired of being treated like a tag-along. It's like in those movies when there's the cool friend and the weird sidekick. I'm also the youngest of the trio, so I'm used to being talked down upon. I don't know what to do anymore. Every time I hang out with them, I feel so emotionally drained. I want to stop being friends with Kate, but at the same time, Brianna barely acknowledges me outside of the trio. I would say I missed when we talked every day, but looking back, Brianna didn't even care much about what I had to say, and the conversation could only be about her and her interests. Then there's also the fact that I don't have much friends outside of them. I'm homeschooled and introverted, and I used to be so dependent on them because I thought, we have to be such friends since it's been so long. But now I'm ready to actually be more independent and basing everything I do based on what they have to say. Any advice on how to go about things would be appreciated. If you got to the end, thank you for reading.
Oh, poor girl.
That's so sad. First of all, I want to give you a hug, because being talked down to is one of the worst feelings, and to get that from a friend must suck.
Mm-hmm.
And also being a trio in a friendship and being the odd one out is the worst, because I feel like it's so easy to be left out of things.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks when you know. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that she feels like her life is a movie right now, then she's just like the weird one left out,
Yeah.
fun of, whatnot. Like, that's such a shitty feeling.
But I feel like she knows, or the writer in here, you know, that you're not in the right relationship with these girls.
Yeah.
If you keep trying to fight it and, like, say, oh, but Brianna she's not that bad. She's not as bad as Kate, but she's still bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you don't owe, in my opinion, you don't owe friendship to someone based on how long you've been friends.
Yeah, no.
No. Friendship should be based off, like, if you have similar interests, first and foremost.
First, like, if they respect you first and foremost. If you're happy around them.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, what do we have to talk about?
Yes. I think, obviously, besides though, too. I say that because, like, they're belittling her interests, and then they don't have any overlapping interests anymore.
Agreed.
So, they're not respecting you. There's no overlapping interests. You feel exhausted and drained around them. Why are you putting yourself through this?
It is hard, though. Like, for example, the dads being best friends, so you are in that social circle. It's like being on a team and you're not friends with your teammates.
I forgot
you are kind of trapped in that friendship for a little bit, and I feel like to that point it's kind of a stick it out situation, but as soon as you're probably not tied down to your dad's friendships and that hanging out crew, I think you guys would just separate naturally. So I wouldn't say there's need to have like a big friendship breakup here.
Yeah, no.
No.
And if you're feeling drained, that is your body telling you that these aren't people that you should be hanging out with. I feel like you should leave and say, oh my God, that was fun. I enjoy hanging out with you. And I wouldn't worry about the parents, because you could still be mutually nice to the person and not be their friend.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
So what's our official advice for her then? Leave the friendship?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be scared to be lonely, or think that these are going to be your only friends, or that you're never going to have the feeling of a, like, lifetime friend again, just because you've known these girls for a long time. Because you could find a friendship with someone that connects with you, and it'll last decades longer than you've known these girls.
True. I'm curious how old they all are.
It really feels like they're teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In high school or something.
Yeah.
Especially with the parent situation.
Yeah.
Just ride it out through to high school, and when you go to college, you're gonna meet so many people, make your own friends. I read that you're homeschooled, so when you do go out, you're just gonna meet so many more people.
And it sound cool.
Yeah.
If you leave your friends feeling drained, they're not the ones for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next write-in. Best friend of 7 years slept with my ex. So, to start this off, I'm really needing advice. We have been on semi-no contact since last year, but I'm really missing her. My ex-best friend, let's call her Emma, has been the closest person to me since 7th grade. We first got close because we were in IEP classes together. Individual Education Plan classes. So it was a smaller classroom. We both struggled the same way academically, so we bonded over learning how to make it through school. We also had a lot of things in common and just clicked. I started dating my ex, let's call him Jake. We started dating in 9th grade, in parentheses, we just broke up April 2024. Through our whole relationship, Emma hated Jake, and Jake hated Emma. I couldn't tell you why Jake hated her so much, but he just did. He claimed she was a bad influence, which I later see now. Emma disliked Jake for good reason. Our relationship was far from perfect. He had a huge problem with his anger issues and didn't know how to control himself. He was never physically abusive, but was on the verge of it. For context, years ago, Jake would say some weird things about Emma. He would ask her very specific, uncomfortable questions about her sexuality or how many people she'd been with. Once, when I was 16, I asked him, out of all my friends, who he found attractive. I guess I just felt something was off, and of course he said Emma. I blew that off because I was a dumb teen. Well, now it's June of 2024, we broke up in April, and Emma just cuts me off out of the blue. We talk a bit back and forth, but it goes silent for a couple of months. Then, out of nowhere, my mom tells me that Jake had mentioned he spent the night with Emma over the summer.
What?
Yes, my parents still talk to this ex. It drives me crazy. Yeah, that's weird, girl.
Yeah.
I was shocked because why? They hated each other our whole 4 years of being together. Well, I get in contact with Emma about it, and their stories don't match up. She says they were drinking and hanging out at his house, and he tried to make moves on her, but she didn't allow it. But she passes out in his bed, wakes up the next morning, and never talks about it again. She showed me screenshots of him wanting to sleep with her and flirting. I'm kind of in shock because this was my best friend. How could she do this? Even if they didn't sleep together, WTF. Well, he says she was all over him and they just kissed. She didn't mention they kissed? I'm just all over the place at this point and cut them both off for my own mental health. I'm now with another guy who I absolutely adore and treats me better than ever, but I miss her. She randomly texted me drunk on New Year's saying she's so sorry and she never should have done it, but she felt like I was pushing her away for my new boyfriend, which I can see. I was very manic after that breakup. What should I do? I'm just so scared of her doing this again. I don't know if I could ever trust her around my new boyfriend or future ones. I'm just so lost. I miss my best friend so much, but I'm also so hurt. Are my feelings valid here?
Wow.
This is wild.
Okay, I want to understand how old they are in the present time.
In
They started dating
2024,
in 9th grade.
they're sophomores in college.
That's what...
They're freshmen or sophomores in college. Right?
Yeah, but they didn't say what year.
Oh, how long they were dating. Yeah.
No, like, they didn't say what year they were in 9th grade.
Together, and they started dating in 9th grade.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
And
they
then
broke
if they-
up in 2024. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
I did that math.
Okay, queen.
I was so confused. I was, like, thinking about that during the story. Okay, well,
Sorry.
Yeah, they're babies.
listen,
Ooh.
I better hope that they weren't hooking up while you were dating him.
Ooh, see, that's like...
Because I wouldn't like that either. It's nice that she tried to apologize, even if it was drunk. Like, the fact that it even crossed her mind, I slightly appreciate.
the bare minimum. Sleep with
Yeah.
your best friend's boyfriend.
But we don't know if they slept together, but they probably did.
They probably-
They definitely did.
In the least, they hooked up.
Yeah.
Kissed, for sure. And she was guilty apologizing, so obviously something happened.
And they were lying about what really happened that night.
She lied about the kiss that never happened. And from watching Love is Blind, if you can lie about one kiss, you can lie about multiple kisses and anything else that happened.
Yeah.
Because you just don't want to get caught.
It's interesting, though, because Emma cut her off probably when she started hooking up with the guy, maybe because she didn't want to lie to her about it.
Yeah.
Probably.
And I mean, she was broken up with him, right?
Yeah.
I still don't like that.
But that's like girl code.
Yeah.
And honestly, guy code. Because
Yeah.
bros don't go after their other bro's ex-girlfriend. They beat each other up if they do that. Like, girls just don't beat each other up. We just never speak again. And I think that's worse.
This is so hard.
Like,
If I were her, I would have a conversation with Emma with distance. I wouldn't fully commit to the friendship again, but just kind of see where it goes. But I wouldn't worry about her coming for your current boyfriend because you'd hope that he wouldn't even allow that boundary to be crossed.
Exactly.
if that was me, at least for my own peace of mind, I need Emma as my girlfriend, my best friend, my ride or die. Like, you were my sister. I don't care how much it hurts you to tell me. You have to tell me every single thing that happened. If she wants to know. If she doesn't want to know, Emma shouldn't tell her.
Mhm.
But I know that there's some girls that they just want to know what happened for the peace of mind and sanity aspect. And since Emma already lied, I don't even know if she can be trusted to do that.
I think to save the friendship, she probably would. But also,
I would hope so.
This girl kind of knew this was cooking up the whole time.
Yeah, seems like it.
Knew it wasn't a great relationship anyway. So honestly, I'd be like, it's on you, Emma. You know he treated me like shit, and you still wanted to go through with that. Like, good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was first starting off, you know how they say love and hate are like the two closest but opposite emotions too? What if it was just that?
Mm-hmm.
They hated each other the whole time, but they're also crazy hormonal teenagers. Yeah. Maybe they just actually wanted to be with each other and you were in the way. I'm not saying it's your fault at all. I'm just saying, like, subconsciously, maybe they wanted to hook up back then and they couldn't because you were there.
Oh my god.
Friendship breakup worthy. I feel like if Emma really pleads her case and cares about the friendship and was like, I made a mistake, I followed an instinct that was wrong, I think it could be, I think she can, it sounds like she really misses her.
Yeah.
And I think people can always be forgiven.
Yeah.
I was going to say, depending on how she feels after that conversation, if she's willing to, then try it out.
Like, the average high school relationship isn't even like a whole school year, and this lasted their whole time in high school.
That's true.
And then she slept with him, and this is her girl. Like, I know she misses her, but, like, this is still a crazy level of betrayal.
Still high school. Like, as much as a high school relationship is a long time, it's still a high school relationship. It's not real life. Yet.
Yes and no. We can bleep the names out, but literally, like, together from high school.
No, I totally agree. I feel like their relationship probably progressed when they graduated high school. I'm saying the years you spent in high school dating someone, in the grand scheme of things, don't really count for as much.
Yeah. But yes, in the grand scheme of things, yes. But they're only 20, and that is a huge chunk of their life that just happened.
True.
Maybe down the road, like in 2 years from now, sure, meet up with her, move on from it. But right now, at least if I was the one writing in, I think that'd be too fresh of a wound.
Maybe.
Like, I would just look at you and see red.
Yeah.
And just see you on top of him.
Okay, so if that's the case, then we gotta give it some time before they speak.
Like, that's where I would be. And then in the same flash, it sounds like he was semi-abusive. I would see that going through my head, too. Like, I would just see everything the last 4.5 years flashing by.
Like, Jake doesn't deserve these girls to be fighting over him. That's first.
Oh, God.
First and foremost. This is me.
Loser.
He's probably ugly. You're probably two bombshells entering the villa alone to him. He is a grain of sand on the beach. What are we doing?
Your feelings are valid, though, girl, because she did ask if her feelings are valid, and you can definitely be mad about this.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think suggesting for you.
Yes. Definitely give it time. Heal. And if you still really miss Emma, I think that's you have to be willing to let it go.
But I think she should wait for Emma to reach out first, sober, to have the conversation. I don't know if she should do it first. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. No. Good point.
I wouldn't unless it was like a year later and it was still like killing her on the inside.
Yeah.
Also, I kind of don't love that she's still in communication with Jake. Like, I get it to hear her side of the story, but I feel like if you were going to drop them, you should have dropped them then and there and not even like been like, oh, how'd this go?
And her parents have to stop talking to him.
Yeah. Weird. I hate parents are involved.
It's giving small town energy.
It is. Which is even worse.
Yeah. Like, I hope you all don't go to the same community college, because that would suck worse, too.
You should tell your parents to politely stop speaking to him, and unless they still do, not to tell you what they're talking about.
I'm not defending the parents, but I'm coming in with the receipts. It's only been 2 months since they broke up at the time of her writing this in. I don't think they're hanging out with him. But after seeing this kid in their house for 4 years on and off, and it's only 2 months later, I'm not stopping to have a conversation, but I will say hi to you.
It's
or like give a little wave.
Like at that age, it is so hard. Like the mom's probably driving them to all their dates.
Yeah. Like I'm just thinking if my mom saw Bleep's name at swim practice, even after a breakup, she still would have said hi. And vice versa.
Yeah, but she found out that the best friend spent the night with him. Like, this is too much information for them. Hi, I respect that.
I don't like that the parents found out about that, because parents shouldn't be knowing your child's tea like that. That's being too involved.
Yeah.
But it didn't sound like Emma had said anything to her at that point, so she found out that slip conversation. Cool. In this particular instance, I'm not mad that they talked casually. Well, not even casually. That has to be...
Oh, because she wouldn't have found out otherwise?
The show awkward.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, tea.
Jeez, girl. I had to just give it time.
That's the verdict?
Yeah, the ruling is... Give it a minute.
Okay, definitely give it at least a year.
It's a long time. They're kids.
I know. A year is a long time.
I think that's too long. Give it the summer. In the fall, rekindle. See what's going on.
If you want to.
Graduated? Are they graduated?
No, they're in college.
Oh.
Talk on whatever break is coming up next.
Yeah.
When everyone's back home. Yeah.
She'll be joining again.
But do they start being friends again? Is this forgivable?
I think it's forgivable.
I don't know.
It depends on the friendship, I think.
It sounds like this friendship is like everything to her.
Yeah, I guess.
And like, you're really gonna let a boy break up your friendship? No.
Well, the boy didn't break up the friendship. The best friend's actions did.
Yeah, but the boy had actions too.
Yeah, but he doesn't owe her loyalty anymore. She does.
I don't know. I think it's forgivable.
I don't know.
Like, if you want to forgive her, go off and do that. If this was me in that situation ever, I don't know if I'd...
But if you're really moved on and you're happy with your new boyfriend, who cares? You were also broken up when they hooked up. Who cares? You was free.
It's just like the betrayal.
It's not really betrayal. You were broken up.
I suppose.
If she wants to date a loser, she could have a loser. It's her sloppy seconds.
True. In Friends, when Ross and Rachel were on a break, were you Ross or Rachel?
That's different. They were adults. This is high school. Everyone dates each other. Everyone dates, you don't own a boy because you dated him in high school.
No.
You don't.
And she feels terrible about it, at least from what she said.
I think it's time to just have a chat. It's high school.
Yeah, high school, now college.
And you were broken up.
If you really miss her, I would say do it. I'll agree with you there after some time has passed. But, in the grand scheme of things, because this is your best friend from 7th grade, too. I don't want to say she's replaceable.
We're circling, guys.
I'm sticking to mine. It's forgivable if she's true.
I think follow your heart and take the time that you need to just take care of yourself first.
100%.
That is it for this week's HOA meeting.
Need advice? Submit your case to our forum and you can be featured next week.
Meeting adjourned.